Hey guys, it's Melanie. Happy Sunday and welcome back. We do have two candle reviews today. So the first one we're starting out with here is from Bath & Body Works. We're going to be talking about Old Fashioned Cider Donut in this video. Coming up after this one will be a review of a new Homeworks Ulta exclusive candle. So make sure you're subscribed. That should pop up in your subscription box then. And probably after this Sunday, right here, right now, this day, I am probably going to go down to just one candle review per Sunday going forward. I am still expecting some orders from Ulta, from Homeworks for the fall, and some holiday stuff that I've also started to order. And but yeah, I don't have a huge backlog of candles at this point. So it's going to be slowing down just a teensy bit. So anyway, let us get into Bath & Body Works Old Fashioned Cider Donut. First off, I was really hoping that this was going to be a repackage of the, what did they call it? Did they call it cider donut? Okay, this was years ago. I remember exactly where I placed the candle at our old house. It was on our windowsill in the kitchen, and it was the most delicious cider donut candle that I think I had ever smelled. Now, Harry Slatkin and Homeworks do have the hot cider donut, which is fantastic. Love the hot cider donut. In fact, I'm gonna have to bring that one down because this one right here, this isn't it. This is not a repackage of that. I'm not saying this is bad, but I do want to say I was super disappointed because I really thought this was that like old cider donut from, gosh, when was that out? Was that like 2012, 2013? I wonder if I even have a review of it on my channel. If I do, I'll try to remember to link it down below. But I very clearly remember the label, and it had like these stacked cider donuts, like sugar covered cider donuts. And oh, you guys, it was so good. It was so good. I don't know why they just wouldn't bring that one back. I mean, they're missing out, but whatever. Okay, well, let's talk about this one because this is kind of its own thing, I feel like. So the fragrance notes read, old-fashioned cake donut. No, sorry. Okay, stop. Just read the description and then dive in. Old-fashioned cake donut, baked apple, sprinkled with brown sugar cinnamon. Okay, so obviously, no. My opinion is this is not that scent from 2013 or 14 or whenever it came out. I can't remember. This is not a bad scent. It's really not. But does it have any donut in it anywhere? No, it doesn't. You know what this is? This is basically like a baked apple sprinkled with brown sugar cinnamon. That's what this is. I would almost just call this like a cider candle. Luckily there's no caramel in it, which I don't love when they do that with the cider scents. I know a lot of people love caramel. For me, it really is too sweet and cloying in most cases. Sometimes it's done really well, but the vast majority of time, I don't think it is. It's way too sweet for me, and I just don't like it. So this right here is just a very basic baked apple, which smells good, sprinkled with the brown sugar and cinnamon. So it has a nice level of sweetness to it. It's not too sweet, but it is definitely missing that donut note. Like they totally missed the mark with this one. So yeah, I don't know. I will give it one thumbs up for smelling good. It is a very classic fall scent. Smells a little bit like a craft store, but nicer, I guess you could say. I think the label on this one's really cute. It's got some pumpkins, some leaves, looks like some star anise. It's got some cinnamon sticks. It's a cute label. I think the packaging is super fun. Let's get into the burn though. This is, it's happening again, you guys, and it's really bumming me out. I think the last few candles that I've had from Bath and Body Works have just, they've had to go into the crock because, and I knew it would happen because they're the thick tree stump like wicks that I really don't like, and I just don't understand why they keep using them. I'll show you guys here in a second. Now I did just light this up. This is my third burn, by the way. The last couple days I burned it for about 2.5 hours each burn. So I'm not super far into the candle, but I just know where this is going to go based on these wicks. So here they are. It's the thick tree stump wicks. I did not trim these. These do not form the mushroom tops on them. You can see it hasn't fully pulled out, so I can show you what else these wicks are doing. And I'm glad that I'm catching this before it's fully pulled out. Sorry, getting awkward here. Do you see that soot that's on top of the wax there? So that dark stuff is actually residue that's falling off of these wicks and discoloring the candle. Now, it's not affecting the scent at all yet, but it will. That's just typically what I tend to find with these particular wicks, is that they drop like the residue from the wicks, and the more that accumulates in the wax, the more I tend to get that kind of burnt smell, in addition to this, to the baked apple and cinnamon sugar mixture or whatever scent it is. And it just smells off. It just doesn't smell as good. So the reason that I'm doing this review so early on into burning the candle is that after I blow this out here in a couple hours, this is totally going into my candle crock. I don't even have a candle crock open right now because my last Bath and Body Works candle, which I had in this holder here, which was the pumpkin spice latte. I showed you the wicks on that in my last weekly home fragrance roundup. If you missed that, I'll link it down below. Though it stopped burning. Like the wicks got so short that it couldn't even hold the flame anymore. So that is actually what I have in this candle crock over here. So this is one of my favorite candle crocks. You can't get this one anymore, but you can see that I had to stick it in there because it just wasn't, you can see how short the wicks are. Like they're barely picking up over that wax there. Let's see, is the lighting, can I move this? Let me show you. Oh, there we go. See, they're like barely peeking up over the wax. I could no longer get it to, oh, and you can see, oh, this is an excellent example. So this is why you don't relight a candle that you put into a candle crock, because the glue gets loosened from the wick clips that you see down there, that metal part, and they float around. So if you were to let this harden, and if you relit this with the wick this close to the edge, it would shatter, and you would have not only a mess on your hands, but potentially also a huge fire hazard. And no, it doesn't matter if you move this wick back, because once it pulls out after you start burning it, that wick will travel again because it's no longer glued down. So that's just a safety issue. And that's why I always stress, like once you decide that a candle is going into the crock, that's it. Like this is where it finishes its life. If you want to, you can reuse the wax to dip pine cones in for little fire starters and reuse the wax that way, but it's just basically the wax is toast. It does not dissipate when you put it into the candle crock versus when you're burning it. The wax does eventually go away, which is how you finish a candle traditionally. This just, it releases the fragrance, and then you're just left with wax that kind of smells like used crayons, right? So anyway, this is the candle crock that I keep in my kitchen here. I will link a very neutral candle crock in the description box down below, and I'll also put my Candle Crock 101 video that will explain all the ins and outs of this particular thing right here. I love it though for all of these candles from Bath and Body Works that don't behave, because that way I get some more life out of them. I'm not going to take this back. I like the smell of it. And because it is going to be a little bit more than half full, wait a second. Oh, I thought the glass was cracked. I was like, oh, I need to blow that out right now. It's not, it's just some wax that's kind of on the side there. Yeah, so this is gonna finish its life out there, and I will get a good amount of fragrance out of it. Probably at least 5 days worth. I mean, this one over here that I just showed you guys, that's been in for, I think, 2 days now. I can still smell it incredibly well. In fact, the kitchen is a delightful mix of like a pumpkin spice latte and baked apples. It's not a bad combo. So I'll just set this one aside and I'll plop it in there after that one has finished up, and I'll just use it that way. But am I gonna buy more? No, because this wasn't what I wanted it to be in the first place. And I have my delicious hot cider donut from Homeworks, which actually does smell like a cider donut, which is the scent that I love. All right, you guys. Hopefully this was helpful. Let me know if you picked this one up and what your thoughts were. Are you getting donut out of yours? Like, is this a miss pour? Did they forget to just add the donut note in to my particular candle? Let me know down below in the comments. I will link this over at Bath & Body Works. I will say, when I was looking at the reviews, they're not super stellar. There's like 45 reviews and artificial weirdness. This lady didn't like it. This one says, oh, let's talk about, you guys, I didn't even share the strength and the throw. The strength is about a 6 and the throw is about a 6 as well. So this lady here was saying, smells good on cold sniff, but barely has any throw when you burn it. I mean, it's not unscented to me, but it's definitely not. Oh, here's another one that says barely any throw. I don't know. I wouldn't say that I have 0 throw from this, but it just wasn't the scent that I wanted it to be. So anyway, you guys, like I said, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below if you picked this one up. I know we were all hoping this was the old cider donut. It's not to me. Let me know if it is to you. All right, you guys, have a great rest of your day and stay tuned for the next video. It's going to go up here in a couple hours. All right, toodaloo.